Hello there. Friends, here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even though you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Now, thousands can tell you that the calometric reducing formula is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. This package includes the Wonder 10-Day Diet that lets you eat 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, and even includes a jog for your willpower. And yet you take only 3 calometric tablets per day. And now here's that sensational free offer I was going to tell you about. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets, a certified $3.50 value, when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. That's a $7 value for only $3.50, a 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Just send in this calometric box top with your name and address, and your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. So don't lose hope. Lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free post-page envelope and get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets absolutely free. Friends, believe me when I say don't wait. Act right now.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Scream Stream Mini-sode. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Fresh Rogan.
What's going on?
And not with us this evening, Mr. Evan Sink. As you can see, not with us physically, but he hasn't figuratively left. He's just can't be with us tonight. So
he's no longer with us.
He's no longer with us for today.
For today.
Just for today. He will be with us this Friday, where we partake in a fun little exploitation movie. But we'll tease that more at the end of tonight's chilling episode of Lights Out. Lights Out. Which has been a pretty decent horror anthology television series from the early 50s. So far, so good. Last week's episode, the story was but the more production elements, production design, and camera movement were pretty cool. So we
agreed.
Yeah, it was, and so far overall, it's been a fun series. I think we've all definitely, I know Fresh has enjoyed it more than The Veil, that's for sure.
Oh my god, well, that's a low bar, but yes.
See, it's a low bar, but always in my mind, because it's got Karloff in it, it's just elevated a few notches. Even though the stories are never great, they never end well, just the presence of Karloff at least takes it up a couple notches. Outside of it was like, just some kind of random host.
Yeah, that's true.
So, not much, but definitely here, the stories we've gotten so far have been, they've tried to actually scare you a little bit, which is, definitely the best one we saw so far. The Martian Eyes was, you want to talk about a great ending that's actually pretty freaking scary. Go check out our episode of The Martian Eyes. Well, it's not on our YouTube page yet, but it'll be the next thing that I upload, I believe. But that was a pretty good one. They made good use of the trope of things hiding in the dark that are really scary. I wasn't expecting it. Just thought it was shitty TV production. Didn't realize that dark space was actually could be used for scares. So they got me pretty good. And yeah, pretty much every episode is that something commendable.
Yeah, that is true. None of them have just been terrible, like all the way through.
No. And you know, there were definitely some episodes of One Step Beyond that were just a slog to get through and to no kind of payoff whatsoever. So yeah, like these episodes have been pretty brisk and, you know, not really. They always kind of keep you guessing, keep you on your feet. So pretty good, pretty fun.
I actually have a sit-stand desk for when we're watching this particular
smart
show.
Smart. It makes
keep me on my feet.
Keep you on your feet, and you know, again, very much like this television show is based on a radio show. And, you know, much like radio, you're on your feet in front of a microphone the whole episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Standing straight up.
Straight up and moving all around and, you know.
Just like radio hosts standing the entire time.
The entire time. They're not lazy pieces of shit sitting behind a desk all day. None of us are. I'm certainly not. I'm certainly not behind a desk right now.
I'm on a treadmill right now.
Ooh,
actually,
fancy.
I'm on a Peloton.
So you're not
you can't
following
tell from my voice because that's how in shape I am.
Yeah, you're clearly not following the workout. You're just doing your own little exercise.
Yeah, I'm not paying for the subscription. Fuck that.
Yeah,
not worth it.
Definitely not worth it. I used to think, or didn't they used to make you get the subscription to like for the bike to work? Weren't they gonna?
They actually still do. Yeah, they still do that.
That is crazy. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's a scam. You heard it here first, people. It's a scam.
Peloton endorsement coming soon.
Yep. Just wait. That was our warm up. Now they're definitely gonna sign that contract without a doubt. Without a doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. Give me that Peloton money, baby. No,
that's what we need. Our Peloton check comes in, then we'll know we made it.
Then if our super license wasn't enough and you know all the other accolades that we've accumulated in a little over a year, then that would certainly be the pinnacle of the Scream stream so far.
I agree.
So Peloton endorsement coming soon? Question mark. It's up to you, Peloton. That was our pitch.
Ball's in your court, Peloton.
Yep. I can't play basketball. I can't dribble. I don't. Sorry.
Check, Peloton. Check.
Yep, that's the way we do it. And that's what we're expecting from you, Peloton. A big fat check. So we'll wait. But
we're actually waiting right now. So as soon as we get it, we'll continue the show.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. And you know, it just occurred to me, and again, this is more of an end of the episode thing, but it just occurred to me, Evan will not be able to get the drink to me tonight, so I won't know what were you drinking drink is.
Dude, I'll tell you what the drink is. Don't worry, I got you.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm sure that Evan will get me something that I could put on the Instagram page. But if Fresh, maybe we'll have 2 drinks this week. Maybe Fresh have something up his sleeve.
Yeah, so I'll concoct one, and then you guys have to make it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that challenge accepted. I'm ready for it. Yeah, so that'll be a mystery. For a little bit. We'll save it for the end of the show. Just another little teaser. So yeah, it's tonight's episode of Lights Out is entitled The Upstairs Bedroom. And maybe this is like some kind of sequel to Skinamarink, maybe? Like, a lot of static and a lot of obviously public domain material. Right. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Sent shivers, chills up my spine.
You were tingly. You were feeling frisson, I believe is what it is called.
Frisson. Ew, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible word. Frisson.
Hey, take it up with the word people.
Tinny.
I don't make up words.
Tinny. Frisson. Ugh. Don't like it.
I don't like frisson.
I don't like frisson. No, my spine was tingled. And hopefully this will be a little spine tingler tonight.
Did you feel numb when that was happening?
Was it supposed to make me feel numb?
Did you become so numb?
I should have known. Should have known. It was terrific.
Just wondering. If you
shouldn't have set you up for that so easily. I should have known better. But to answer your question, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And if
a little bit what?
If the first because if the first thing didn't, that certainly did, and so much so that I can't even say the cue that you're looking for.
A little bit what?
I'm a little bit where I can't really like feel a certain I can't really feel a certain part of a body, but
so you would say that you are.
But I'm. What would I say? What would that word be?
You are.
I am.
You are.
If I feel nothing, then I am emotionless. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, emotionless.
Yeah, emotionless. Yeah, that's what we were looking for.
That's what we were looking for. I'm so emotionless.
I've become so emotionless.
Yeah, that would make a really great song, Fresh. I don't know if you thought of that. It was just a crazy idea really I had just hearing you say that right there. I don't know.
Let me write this down. Yeah, I have become so emotionless. There we go. Writing that down here, my scrap piece of paper.
And my trusty songwriting scrap of paper.
My steno pad over here.
I write everything on this one sheet of paper. I write so small I can fit thousands of ideas on one side of this sheet of paper. That's just one side.
And then we flip it over, and then we're going duplex. We're going dual-sided on this.
Yeah.
Two sides. Both sides.
The most precious piece of paper existing. Oh, Sweet Feet. Yeah.
Oh, Sweet Feet. Have you become numb, Sweet Feet?
Yeah, I think he probably has a little bit. Yes.
Sweet Feet, have you become numb?
I saw your call, Sweet Feet. I was in the shower, and then I got out, saw it, called you back, voicemail. I should have known your phone had. Yeah. Well, he said it.
Numb.
He said
he said.
Beautiful. Amazing.
Have to.
Yeah, you can't set him up like that, Sweet Feet. I already made the mistake earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome for that greatness that you just heard.
Yeah, well, luckily we didn't get like as we said, super quiet. That's what I had to stop
Yeah, we have
Fresh.
to.
I had to hold Fresh back a little bit. Had to restrain him.
This isn't even full Fresh. We haven't gone full Fresh yet.
Oh my god! Just nobody else say that word for
What word?
for the rest of this show. As long as this show is in existence, we'll never say the word. I'll say, I'll never say never, but I guarantee you something's gonna come up in the episode tonight where the best way to describe. Oh my god! If somebody says it in the episode, that's.
I am hoping they do. I am hoping someone says.
Please,
no.
episode, don't cue Fresh up tonight. For the love of God, it's gonna end up being a very emotional episode.
She's gonna say, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I've just become so numb."
So I'll try to just like cover my ears and give everybody a volume warning. Like,
yeah, we need a yikes and a volume warning now.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's the next time. That'll be your cue to turn down your volume or remove your headphones as fast as you possibly can, because Fresh is coming, and he means
I'm
business.
here. All right,
he's here.
Hey, I'm here.
He's here.
Bro, I'm ready,
and I'm
ready. Always ready. You know what I mean?
Not a saying. I do know what you mean, Fresh.
Good.
So, yeah. We'll see if tonight's episode of Lights Out gets in their feels tonight. See if the characters get in their feels and start describing their emotions in such colorful words, or somebody, maybe somebody's foot falls asleep. Who knows?
They feel a tingling sensation,
literal or figurative. So that's the fun of it. That's what makes it fun. So yeah. Well, I don't know, Fresh. I think anything before we get into it tonight. I think
I am good
to get this show on the road. It is all Cylon. Yeah, guess what? Cylon, you little bitch. No makeup.
Hey, Cylon. Have you become numb? Have you become so numb?
Don't tee him up, Cylon. Don't get him started.
Cylon, have you become so numb? No.
Yes, Cylon. That's more my speed.
I do not have the Radiohead. No,
it's not Radiohead.
That's not Radiohead. Who is it?
Pink Floyd.
It's the same thing. Acid trip and fucking hippies.
Well, yeah, you can run.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Oh no, Cylon, you did it.
There you go. You're welcome. Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much. So now you've learned. Everybody will have to learn. Everybody will have to say it once.
Everyone that pops in. Hey, have you become numb recently?
Yeah, Fresh is just gonna lay the traps, and people are just gonna keep falling right in. Beautiful. So yeah, again, tonight's episode of Lights Out is the upstairs room, I believe? Upstairs floor. No,
the upper room.
Yes, D's. Yeah, we know.
D's what? No, I'm into D's. What does that mean?
We know exactly what you mean, Cylon. Nobody has to say it. Nobody has to spell it out. We all know where you're numb. What's up, dog?
No.
No.
No. We're not even doing it, Cylon. No.
Mm-mm. All right. Well, Fresh, if you have it queued up,
I do.
then we are going to get into the exciting beginning of the upstairs floor right now.
Lights out.
Ms. Josephine Hall. Fancy. Yeah, they got the fancy titles tonight
Ms.
on the candle. We haven't had them superimposed like this yet. It's interesting.
Hello. I'm sure all of you have asked at some time for peace and quiet. But there
He
are
said
times
quiet,
when
Fresh.
a little noise, a sound of
I'm sorry. I actually couldn't stop it for a second.
reassuring. Especially when that sound comes from the upstairs floor. Lights out.
Well, he didn't look at the candle and oh, it's right there. Okay. Kitch, bath, sunny. 5 rooms, dang. Oh, what is this? Is this Full House? Is this a prequel to Full House?
Everywhere you look. Everywhere you look.
Yep, it is.
No, this isn't Full House. This is Too Many Cooks.
Oh, yep, should have known. Yep. Takes a lot to
Yeah, this is
make
Too Many
a stew.
Cooks.
Yeah, Cylon hates Too Many Cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew. Too many cooks, it's true.
Brilliant short. Nice hat. Yeah. Is it transparent? What's the point of that hat?
Yeah, I don't get it. You're not blocking the sun out.
Is that supposed to be fancy?
Oh, Mr. Holloway.
Hello, Mrs. Hawkins. How have you been?
Oh, well, just so-so, as usual. Trying to take things easy. Well,
Trying to take
it knocked
her
the breath
easy.
right out of me seeing you here so soon
Taking
again.
her
And
easy.
looking in such wonderful spirits.
How's the upstairs floor?
Your floor. Oh, so empty.
You know
and
he will,
lonesome.
Fresh.
Come on, I'm ready,
Cylon.
Cylon.
Day for the first time, sweeping out the last bit of trash. Made me so blue looking at the place without her.
I saw your ad in the Eagle. Has it been rented yet?
No, not yet. Oh, I suppose you're wondering about your furniture. I've done the best for you that I could, Mr. Holloway. It was like tearing my heart right out of me to get rid of these things and sell them. Here's the money.
Oh, yes.
And I've got all the
What's
receipts
under the
right
coat?
here for you.
Oh,
Well,
wonderful.
with this show, who
Everything went
knows?
except the piano. I
Nothing.
couldn't even get
Nothing.
the cottage for that. But the church said they might be able to use it. Would that be all right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he's a flasher.
That dear old piano. How well I remember the tune she used to play on it. What was the name of it?
Danny boy.
Oh, yes.
Danny Boy.
Danny.
The name of it was Danny Boy, I believe.
Well, grieving won't do any good. Well, at times, the great cure.
It's 3
They'll give us
kids
$10 for
who
it.
work at the business
leave it up
factory.
there. I think that I'll need it.
You need it? Oh, Mr. Holloway, you can't play a note.
No, I mean for my furnishings. You see, I'd like to rent our floor back.
Oh, no. That'd be awful.
Why?
Live up there
One
by
adult
yourself,
apartment.
in the very rooms where poor Mrs. Holloway, why, just a month ago you couldn't get out of here fast enough. You couldn't bear to look at her furniture, nor her dresses, nor her poor little bird.
Well, all that has changed now, Mrs.
Oh, we got
Hawkins.
another bird in the
Besides,
house.
I won't be
This
here
show
alone.
loves birds.
Not alone.
No, I expect to start housekeeping again.
Oh man, this guy was in another
one of your
bird
friends from the
episode. He was
shop.
in the other bird episode that we watched.
No.
I didn't even realize that. The Angry
Oh,
Birds.
He's the bird man.
He's the bird
Yeah.
man.
He's the
Well,
man
that
from
makes
Hey
a
Arnold with all the
very different
birds.
Face on the subject, doesn't it? Excuse me for wasting my sympathy, but in justice to my dear friend, the first Mrs. Holloway, I'm afraid it's impossible.
Not even for 2 months rent in
The
advance?
ceiling rent has gone up, Mr. Holloway. It's $65.50 now.
$65.50
I
it is
couldn't
then.
do any painting or redecorating.
That wouldn't be necessary.
There's the cost of the
Yep,
ad,
haggle.
$7.50.
$7.50, yeah?
Oh, to think you're paying me with the very money I got for her furniture.
Well, Mrs. Hawkins, is it a
Yikes.
deal then?
Oh, it goes against every principle of mine, Mr. Holloway, but you're a young man.
Sweet bee.
I wouldn't want to stay. How soon would you? Would the two
Quick
of
one,
you
the
want
quick
to move
one.
in?
As soon as
The
possible.
quick numb.
And could I have the key now?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. And when the movers come, would you let them in with the furniture?
Yes.
Dang, this guy freaking. He's just moving through wives and staying in the same house.
He's running through these hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Boop, boop, boo.
Yes?
Aunt B. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of too. I heard she was an asshole in real life.
I also heard
Here
that.
Exactly where you asked me to.
That it was the saying.
I never.
No,
I
this woman
certainly
definitely
just
fits the
never.
Aunt B archetype,
Why,
but
you
not
put everything
Aunt
back
B.
just the way it was.
She definitely
Yes,
played
Venus
those
of
kind of
Wisdom.
roles though. She played
Grapes.
her most
the
famous role
natural
was playing an
carriage
aunt.
picture.
So it's
Oh,
you know,
the
pretty
job
much.
Did they shrink her down?
Maloney gave you.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah, they had
give me
to.
that sewing machine. Well,
Very
you've
good.
got a home.
Gets
just
them every
as it
time.
was when
Every
Mrs.
time. all
Well,
the
of
time.
course, I saw the big pieces coming up, but I never expected to have any. Oh, Mr. Holloway,
Oh.
got Charlotte's rocker. The rocker she was rocking in when she died.
Yes.
Oh my
Took a
God.
little time and a little work, but it's all back, every stick of it.
That is
I'm
so.
fixing the clock here.
Hey.
I found it in a pawn shop over on 3rd Avenue, all in pieces. I think I got it to
Yikes.
run now.
She
want all
must
my
be
dead wife's
pretty
stuff back.
broad-minded.
It's
I
mine.
want the stuff that she died in.
If you'll excuse my saying so.
What time is it? Do you know?
Oh, it's 8 o'clock or thereabouts.
Huh?
That's a nice place to wear your watch.
Has she seen it yet?
Who?
The new Mrs. Holloway. I didn't see her come in.
8 o'clock.
The new
Are you
Mrs.
sure that's the right
Holloway.
time?
Well, sure, yes.
Yeah.
I checked my watch with the radio.
Excuse me.
Why, Mr. Holloway. Now, what did you want to run out like that for?
And then she's gonna break his legs while he's fucking.
Morning.
Oh,
Side of the
Mr.
bed.
Holloway. Why, I didn't hear you come in. Oh, you gave me a terrible fright last night, rushing out that way without even taking your overcoat. I thought something dreadful had happened.
Oh, no. We got back about 1.
We, Mr. Holloway?
Yes. Yes, everything's worked out just fine.
Oh, I suppose you're all married and settled now. Well,
Whoa,
isn't
you know
that
what she
fine?
means
I
by
can't
settle.
get over why I didn't hear you come in. I must have fell asleep in my chair.
No, we came in very quietly. We didn't want to disturb you.
Like young lovers, I suppose. What does she think about
Are
the
y'all?
dog?
Yeah.
She likes it very much.
Wow.
Oh, well,
I don't
that
even wanna
must be
know.
one big load off your mind. Is she up there now?
Dang, she's just dropping the innuendos left and right, huh? That one wasn't even
No,
subtle.
that's very kind, but I don't think you should disturb her right now. You see, she's pretty tired, the trip, and she doesn't feel very well.
I have no intention of disturbing her, Mr. Holloway. That's not my way. This afternoon will do just as well.
Well,
My
I wouldn't
time is
disturb her
my
this
own.
afternoon either. In a day or two or a couple of weeks, maybe. Please, Mrs. Hawkins, give us a chance.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, Mr. Holloway. Personally, I wouldn't push myself in on the king himself, for that matter.
You think Aunt Bee was related to Bert?
Bert.
Yeah, Bert Bees. The guy who made the chapstick.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, probably same family.
Definitely the same family. The Bees.
Yeah, the Bees.
The Bees family.
Mrs. Holloway! It's your new landlady, Mrs. Hawkins. Oh, I can't seem to make these stairs. If you
Dang.
haven't had your breakfast yet,
Maybe you shouldn't
I've got a
be
nice hot pot of fresh coffee
running a
down
big old
here.
house like that.
Huh? Oh, snooty type, eh? Okay, girlie. I wouldn't crawl up on my hands and knees for you. You're probably lying in bed. In poor little Charlotte's bed.
Yikes.
You're just
Creepy.
dancing on her grave, that's what you're doing. Just dancing on her grave.
Has anybody actually seen anybody dance on a grave?
I've done it before.
I would like to see.
Mrs. Holloway!
Fresh has danced on a couple
I'm on
graves.
the dumb waiter shop.
Yeah, we laid out a Dance Dance Revolution mat.
It's just outside your front parlor door in the hall.
Front.
Well, maybe she can't see
Line.
me because the dumb waiter's in the way. I'm pulling the dumb waiter down to the bottom of the shaft. that
Oh
we can
no, what's
talk
in the dumb
better.
waiter?
Oh.
Dead bird. Dead bird!
Do it. Anytime there's a bird.
Freaking this guy and the dead birds, there's just something. I don't know what they're doing here on Lights Out, but maybe they filmed these episodes back to back or something. Oh, that's
Yeah, they just had dead birds laying around.
We got the dead bird. We got to get as much use out of it as we can. This is early TV time. We got to stretch the budget as far as it'll go. That's I knew there was gonna be something gruesome on the dumb waiter. I wonder if they use that same effect later. Something really freaky. We'll see. We'll find out. Back to back dead birds. That's all it is. They just gave it some sedatives.
Back to back.
They're just keeping it,
Oh wait, was that our break?
Oh yeah, you didn't break. Did I not say that?
No, we're good though. I got you.
I didn't say that's gonna take us to our break when it faded out to black.
Nope.
I could have sworn I said that.
No.
Well,
No, you did not.
and that is gonna take us to our break. Okay, so Fresh, I'm at 12:08, so you have it.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I backed it up.
I don't know how far ahead you got of me, but it's fine. We fixed it. We fixed it.
We're good. I backed it up. We're good to go. Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry. I don't know if I tuned out a little bit or what. Yeah. That was the first half of the upstairs floor. What do we think so far?
So far it seems like he's dating his wife's ghost. I think is the obvious answer.
That seems like a
But
pretty
I
safe
guess we
bet.
shall see.
Safe bet, yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I feel like the way that a few of these episodes have gone is it's leading you down one direction that you're very positive. All right, this is what is the twist is, or this is what's going on, and it's just always a little different from what you expect it to be. So,
Yeah.
but that's definitely where it seems like they're leading us toward is his wife is some kind of ghost. His new wife is it's the ghost of his old wife or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see if they just do that or if they can put some kind of a spin on it. Although I wasn't expecting the dead bird. That's
No, but I mean, when I saw the birds, it was like, I mean, there's gonna be a dead bird.
Chekhov's bird in this show. If you see a bird, it's gonna be dead.
Yeah, it's like when you see a movie about a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they can we'll see what they can do. We'll see what kind of relationship this widower has gotten himself into now. He's rebounded with maybe
pretty
the
quick.
Ghost. Yeah, pretty
might
quick.
I say.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the ghost of your dead wife, then she's just always there. You know, I thought initially maybe it was some kind of thing where he killed his old wife and had a new wife that for whatever reason he's trying to move in, but once you realize he's holding on to all of her old stuff
and not showing her to anybody, not showing his new girl
she's just
to anybody.
staying up there. That is definitely that's definitely strange. It's definitely going already in a different direction than I initially assumed it was going. So that's they're already kind of getting me set up nice. So we'll see what they can do. Hasn't disappointed with episodes like these so far. So
no, I think we'll get a good twist of some sort.
Good twist, some kind of good final little creepy thing. Some nice little touch. There's always fine touches on the show. Fine touches. So that's where it's exciting. I'm excited. And yeah, I mean the actors on tonight's episode are really really solid actors. Again, the woman who's playing the landlady, she was best known for a play and then a movie called Arsenic and Old Lace, where she played an aunt. I think she was Aunt Martha, I think, but it was it's actually a kind of a horror comedy play about I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, but the aunts basically their nephew comes in and he finds a body in their window seat and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's our body. Like we take homeless men in and then that have no family and then we kill them and bury them in the basement." And so the whole play is about how their nephew deals with his crazy
I love
aunts.
that.
And then he's also got a crazy brother who is like a fugitive from the law, and he has gotten a plastic surgery by this criminal plastic surgeon, but the plastic surgeon was drunk when he did the surgery, so the criminal looks like Boris Karloff. And that's the one where in the play he was played by Boris Karloff, and so you see like that's his recurring line is like he killed somebody because they said that he looked like Boris Karloff. But it is Boris Karloff.
That's awesome.
But then for the movie version, he couldn't get out of the like doing the stage version or a tour or something, and he couldn't be in the movie version. And so they have another guy that kind of looks like Karloff, and it just doesn't really.
It's the joke, because the joke is that it is Karloff.
Right. Yeah. It was a whole other level. And then even Lugosi did tours of that play where he would, I don't know if he would say looked like Boris Karloff or they would change it and say looked like Bela Lugosi, but Lugosi kind of got a little mileage out of that too. But yeah, and I don't know if tonight's actress Josephine Hull, I guess she did the play as well. If she didn't do it before the movie, I'm sure she did it after the movie. But for whatever reason, I believe she also did the stage play. And again, the other guy, John Forsythe, we saw in an earlier episode of Lights Out, The Angry Birds.
I love that game.
Yeah. He's just, you know, he's just going around playing Angry Birds the whole time. It's not really
He's
very
just knocking
exciting.
down buildings with these birds in a slingshot.
Yeah, it's not
weird.
It's really weird episode, really off brand, but John Forsythe is good in it, as he, you know, he's a pretty solid actor. You know, he's playing kind of a creepy. He's laying on the creepy tonight. But he was kind of known for, like, I think in the 80s he did. He was on this big primetime soap opera called Dynasty. He was like the male lead, and like before that, I think he's in the TV show version of Charlie's Angels. I think he's the voice of Charlie. Because you never see Charlie, they just hear his voice, right? So I think he was like became really big in television. So I guess he was always kind of big in television. We've seen him in 2 episodes of Lights Out now. So big TV guy, John Forsythe. But also did some movies too, and acted a couple times for Hitchcock, and that's what we've got for our break. It's a really rare trailer for an Alfred Hitchcock movie called The Trouble with Harry, and I call it rare because this is the only version of this trailer I could find on YouTube. Every other version of the trailer is a VHS created trailer from like the early 80s or something like that. It's
oh wow.
I could have showed that, but this is the theatrical trailer, and it's really cool because they present it like a travel log at first, because the movie, it's a little rundown of the movie. It all takes place in Vermont, in like a tiny little town in Vermont in the fall. And it's about the people from this town who find a dead body like on top of a hill, and they all are trying to figure out what to do about this dead body. And it's a really it's actually a comedy kind of. You know, Alfred Hitchcock was known for thrillers, but he liked a lot of dark humor, and The Trouble with Harry has so much black humor and so much like innuendo too. That was another thing Hitchcock loved, which the movie is full of. But the trailer presents it like a travel log for Vermont, and it's like at first, but then it turns into a trailer for the movie. So it's kind of weird. It's like a weird fun way to do a trailer. I'm sure if you were sitting in the movie theater, you like thought you were really watching like a travel log for Vermont, because that's how they play it. And then you see a dead body.
Yeah.
And then the trailer,
cool.
The trailer's still narrating it like, oh, who is this weary traveler? And it's like a dead guy like on the ground. So it reflects the humor of the movie.
I
like,
love that.
Maybe more so than like, because the movie's very dry. And John Forsythe, like, that's what he brings to the movie, is a very dry. He plays a very dry. Acerbic, is that a word? Maybe I'm not pronouncing it right, but I believe that's the word that I'd use to describe it. An acerbic artist who is like the lead character, and he's really good in that. Everybody's good in that. It's a great movie. So we're going to see the trailer for The Trouble with Harry, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of The Upstairs Floor. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Come with us to beautiful New England as our VistaVision camera fills the screen with the gorgeous panorama of its scenic splendors. For this is that perfect moment in time when the magic wand of autumn touches its rolling historic hills and transforms them into a veritable wonderland of dazzling color. Here we find the Indian summer that the Pilgrims gloried in. For now, even as in that long distant day, Mother Nature offers its bounty for the thankful eyes of those fortunate enough to share it. In the charming little villages, living with the heirlooms of their storied past, the azure waters of the tranquil lakes, a covered bridge spanning the lazy waters of a rippling stream, the golden boughs of a majestic maple shading the deep blue skies. And here in the peaceful woods, every little boy is the monarch of all he surveys. His trusty space gun, a deadly weapon to defend himself against the dangers of the unknown. A child at play, while all around him the countryside slumbers as quietly as this wayfaring stranger who has paused in this lovely glade for a restful nap in the sun. But wait a moment. Something's wrong here. This man isn't sleeping. He's dead.
The trouble with Harry is that he's dead, and one of these real nice people could have caused that trouble. Perhaps the sweet old sea captain, who actually wasn't a very good shot, or the New England spinster, who would go to any lengths to defend her honor, or the enchanting redhead, who had been Harry's unkissed bride, or the unconventional artist, who was mad about Harry's widow, or the bum who needed a new pair of shoes, or the nearsighted surgeon who liked to read poetry out loud. Yes, the unconventional Mr. Hitchcock has done it again, just as he did with Rear Window, playing a most unusual story against a new and different background. And the only trouble is, you won't stop laughing at The Trouble with Harry.
So that was the trailer for The Trouble with Harry, and it is a super fun movie. I love that's like a very underrated Hitchcock movie. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but it comes in the period of like all his greatest movies, like right, I guess in between what are some of his most acclaimed movies, you have this. So it's kind of a weird,
overshadowed by these other movies, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And it didn't do well when it came out. Like, a lot of the other movies were, if they weren't critically acclaimed, they were like hits at the box office. And I don't think The Trouble with Harry did very well. It is a really weird movie, but it is a really fun movie too. And yeah, it's everything about it is offbeat. And the characters are so offbeat, but it's based on a novel. Or I don't know if it's a novel or a novella, something like that. But I read it, and it is, I didn't know how much they made up just for the screen, but if like even the dialogue follows what's in the novel very closely. So it was weird because I just always saw it being like, oh, this is all Hitchcock, like, but it's no, and the script pretty much follows the novel pretty closely. But it's weird. It's fun, and
yeah, it seems pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, again, Hitchcock was like making some very serious. I mean, this was, I think, a few years before Vertigo, but that's like obviously that's a super serious, and that's considered his greatest movie. It's considered one of the greatest movies of all time, but it's very much a heavy psychological movie. And then of course, I mean, Psycho's kind of funny in its ways, like Psycho, but that was I think that was a few years after that. I think there were some other things that fell in between here that you know, were like, you know, a lot of different things, but this was really out and out comedy. The thriller element is not really not really too great. The stakes aren't too high. There's like one inept law enforcement officer who's like kind of figuring out what's going on, but not really. So it's the only like antagonist that they're really dealing with is their own like consciences trying to figure out what they should do about this body. Should they hide it or should they just leave it alone? So they just end up burying it and digging it back up and burying it and digging it back up. And like it's just it is absurd. It's an absurd movie. I think that's why I like it, because it's not a conventional here's the protagonist, here's the antagonist. It's just an absurd, kind of weird, unconventional movie. And of course Hitchcock made it at the studio, got Paramount to pay for it, so they were probably pretty pissed. I don't think they worked with him much longer after that. That's when he went to Universal. But yeah, so that's a fun one. Definitely check that. I always watch that around Thanksgiving. I like discovered it for the first time when I was a kid, and I was like, this is the perfect time of year because it's fall in the movie. There's like, you know, fall colors everywhere. It's just weird. That's my recommendation a few months early. If you're looking for a Thanksgiving recommendation, The Trouble with Harry. And
I was getting my Thanksgiving movie prepared about now.
I hope so. I hope you're getting.
You never do it too early.
Well, you can't. You can never have all your movie lists ready too early. We're always prepared. We try to be anyway. Well, yeah. I mean, anything before we get it into the exciting conclusion of the upstairs floor, Fresh? Good point.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
It was a point well made. Point very well made, I thought. All right.
Articulation on 100 over here.
111.
11 even.
Even, absolutely. All right. Well, since Fresh, you got it queued up, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of the upstairs floor right now.
Mr. Holloway.
Yes?
I didn't have it ready.
Able to step in here a moment.
I'm just kidding.
Mr. Holloway, I am not one to expect any intimacy. I don't even expect a friendly cup of afternoon tea.
She just wants to get piped, I think, dude.
Yeah, whoa. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
But when somebody has been here for over a week
and
never has
you're not wrong.
spoken to me, has never answered when I knocked on the door.
You went up there?
Very
you
good.
disturbed
Very
him?
good.
Out of the goodness of my heart, Mr. Holloway. I took her a cup of my richest chicken broth. $2.52, not counting.
She's like, why would you waste your
rice
time on this
into it.
woman?
And yesterday, a nice custard.
You shouldn't have. I told you. She's not well. Did you see her?
She doesn't eat.
How could I when you changed the lock on the parlor door?
Oh, no. Really?
I don't let her eat.
Now,
I got 6 locks on the fucking door up there. She's not allowed to come out.
it's not right to have a person in there. What does she do all day anyway, lie in bed? I've never heard so much as a footstep. I haven't heard a dish rattling. I haven't heard any water running. Who washes your socks? I haven't seen her take in any
Who
milk
washes
bottles.
your
She's still pretty weak,
socks?
Mrs. Hawkins.
Well, then
They
you should have
smell
somebody to take care of her.
wonderful.
It's not right for an
It's
invalid
the only
like
thing
that
they
to be
washed
alone.
back
Well,
then.
thank you. We're getting along. We're doing very well, thank
Well,
you.
it's not
Is
right
that a
for her to be locked
euphemism?
in there all the time.
Who washes your
There might be a
socks?
fire. Suppose there's a fire,
Yeah.
she might get burned up or
Take my
something.
chance on that.
Ooh.
Well, just as you think, Mr. Holloway.
Hey, you have the downstairs, they have the upstairs. You got one floor, they got the other. They can take care of themselves.
Just be completely separate.
They have a kitchen up there. This landlady needs to learn boundaries. That's what I think.
I agree. Stop worrying about our business. We're going to pay you your rent, and then that's the end of our relationship.
Hello, is this Fred McIntyre, the plumber? Oh.
See, she was trying to lay some pipe.
Mr. McIntyre, the plumber, yes, please. Who is this?
Damn it, Fred.
Can you bring your pipe threader?
Hello, is this Fred? Fred McIntyre? Oh, this is Elsie Hawkins.
What's that noise?
Yes, Fred, I've got some trouble with the plumbing.
I don't know what that's...
It's an emergency. It's up in the tenant's apartment.
Is it the
on the top
dumbwaiter
floor,
again?
You know? Rock.
She's terrified.
Got this spying. This
Wait, what?
I tell you, Mrs. Hawkins, it's got to stop.
What the fuck?
Who's spying? Who do you think's spying?
I didn't let that plumber in. There's nothing wrong with my bathroom. And I won't have strangers in my house disturbing her.
Her. And my house can go to rack and ruin, eh?
I expect privacy, that's all. Only to live in peace with my wife.
Your
There's
wife.
nothing wrong with that.
Some wife. Do you know what I think about your wife, Mr. Holloway? I think she's a lunatic.
Ooh.
Oh, she's gone full Looney Tunes,
Live
bro.
underneath a lunatic? I'm sitting here just a poor old widow in my own house, half sick anyway, and someday I wake up on my parlor floor with my head bashed in.
Oh, Mrs. Hawkins, nothing is going to happen like that to her.
Then
Why are
what?
they off with
What's the
the...
matter with her? Why can't I ever see her?
That was
What's
weird.
she do up there all
Yeah, the
day?
camera was like in the wrong
That
place.
isn't any wife at all. Maybe you've become a thief or a counterfeiter or even a murderer, and you're hiding things up
Oh, he's
there.
clearly a counterfeiter.
Well, out you go tonight,
Yeah,
Mr.
he dresses
Holloway,
just
and
like
whoever's up
one.
there with you.
I paid you 2 months' rent in advance. You can't do
You
that.
want your money? All right, you can have it. I think you would need it. You haven't.
You want your money? Here's your money.
Take
I
it.
don't care about money as long as I've got peace of mind.
What the
We
fuck?
can't move away. I've staked too much. If I promise you that there's nothing to fear,
I'm so
would you
confused.
reconsider?
On the same terms that you had this past month?
There's no other way.
No, I won't put up with it. Here, out you go tonight. You and her, or I'll call the police.
Damn.
The police.
Call the police. They're here. That was quick.
They're actually already here.
That was really quick for...
She lives right next to the police
I
station.
guess. Or a donut shop. Yeah,
Hawkins? Mrs. Hawkins?
Mrs. Hawkins.
I've just spoken to my wife. She wants to see you.
Oh?
Yes, we've changed our minds. It'll be on your terms now. Okay? Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Oh, no.
Honestly, the worst landlord ever, dude. Just to come meet your wife.
Hey, come meet my wife.
Hey, oh. Come meet my fucking wife, dude.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Hawkins, come in. Come in.
Upstairs, thank you.
Just fixing things. Here, sit down. This was your
This looks like they just restaged the same room.
Oh,
Please sit
they
down.
definitely did.
Now,
And she's like,
what will it be?
walking right back in the same room.
Yes, I...
It's the door. I can never keep it from slamming.
Nice.
Where's Mrs. Holloway?
But she's here. She
I
just...
thought she wanted to see me. You told me she did.
Yes, she's just changing her dress. Mrs. Hawkins is here, Charlotte. Are you almost ready?
Charlotte.
Yes. She always changes her frock when we have visitors. Such a dainty little thing, you'll still find her. Who else did you think?
The first Mrs. Holloway is dead.
No,
She'll hear you.
no, not dead. No, not if we keep faith with them. Not if we go back and build our life again. Live our life as we had them before. Change nothing. No. And mind you, there must be nothing to distress her. They return. Sit down.
were doing up here all the time. That's who you had up here. Nobody. Oh, me and my nightmares. Oh, poor Mr. Holloway, you never did get over it, did you? I suppose people have different ways of showing their grief. I'd better be running along.
No, I told her she was here. She expects to see you.
Well, some other time. I've got a cake in the oven.
No, Mrs.
Take your hands off me.
No, Mrs.
Don't you touch me.
But you insisted. You were the one who wanted to be friends again all the time that she was rocking in the chair, then you hammering on the dumbwaiter, and when she ran my fingers across the piano keys, you disturbed us.
Well, I know now. I didn't know this. Oh, now, what's the matter with this door? It won't open.
The door is broken. I keep it that way for her. Now, listen.
The door is broken. I keep it that way for her.
Just like
Listen.
it was before.
Mr. Holloway, I think you're out of your mind. Do you
explain that away in like 2 seconds.
Again? Do you think that they remember? That they have feelings?
Keep quiet and everything will be the way it was before.
Oh, no. Do you think you can call them back with a cup of tea? No, Mr. Holloway. I've got Alfred's tools down in the cellar right now. I've got his whole house. I haven't changed one smidgen of it. Oh, no. They're happy.
Charlotte,
they're in heaven where they belong. They don't want to come
Come out, Charlotte. Come out so Mrs. Hawkins can see you. Come out.
Scare me.
Please, quickly, come out, Charlotte.
Here.
Charlotte.
There's nobody here.
No, don't.
Oh. Nobody.
She's gone. You chased her away.
Mr. Holloway! Come back! Don't leave! Alone!
Uh-oh. Is she gonna die in that same rocking chair? It's the death rocking chair.
It's the death chair.
It's the death chair. Oh my god. I mean,
this feels like the Veil. This one feels like the Veil.
This one feels like the Veil 100% for sure. Definitely agree with you there.
I guess we'll never know if she was real or not.
She was definitely not real.
But why did that lady die? None of this gets explained.
I'm telling you, dude, death chair. We figured it out. No, we
This is the
usually
execution chair.
Usually the host comes back on one time, but
Yeah, that was kind of weird that the title just popped up like that. He didn't come in and say anything.
it seemed like maybe this episode was like heavily edited. And maybe it's also one of the later episodes that we've seen of that so far.
Yeah.
So it looked like it maybe, definitely didn't have some of the same technicians involved. The mark of quality wasn't quite there with this one. And yeah, the ending just it was a little bit of a letdown. I was expecting Ghost.
Yeah, I wanted it to at least be explained, like a ghost, or he was just crazy, or whatever. But
Even that would have been good, but
nothing. She just dies, and then it says lights out. we don't even get the host, man. Come on, I feel robbed.
Yeah, that was the first real bummer of a lights out that we've seen. So there's a reason I don't trust IMDb reviews, because obviously they can't be trusted. Yeah, they can't be trusted. I've learned my lesson, so I'll just have to do a little more reading into what actually happens in the episode and kind of spoil it for myself and figure out whether it's gonna be any good or not. I mean, The Martian Eyes is at the top of or close to the top of every list I've seen about this show. So that was definitely one of the better episodes. And I'm saving some of the other good ones, but we're over halfway through the mini-sodes, I think. I do believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, we're over halfway through the season.
Time flies when you're having fun. So they say.
Doesn't it really? That is what they say. And
some people say that.
Yeah, we certainly have been having fun this season. We've seen a lot of exploitation movies, which we hadn't necessarily seen many of before. We just watched a studio film last week, and now we're watching another exploitation film this week. We're gonna be watching in celebration. It's our 420 special on 421. I mean, we do our episodes on Friday, so we figured we'd break up the horror, break up the horror a little bit and bring in a little, something a little light. I mean, maybe it's not necessarily light. It's some heavy dramatic themes, but it's 1934. So the film is Marijuana. And I say it that way because it's spelled with an H, not a J. And they all
smoke weed every day.
Yes, and they all say it in that weird way, marijuana.
Marijuana.
And it's weird, and but it's an anti-drug film, so obviously we're certainly not condoning drugs on our stream on Friday, but it's a 420 special, so we're gonna kind of look at the origins of this film in terms of at the time what would end up being the anti-marijuana legislations that got passed. That's kind of, there ended up being a scare around marijuana. That's how it became illegal. So we're going to kind of look into the history of that as we are celebrating with a lesser known, because everybody knows Reefer Madness, whether you've seen Reefer Madness or not. It's kind of an iconic anti-drug exploitation film.
I don't think I've watched it all the way through, actually. I've started it a couple times, I think, but I don't think I've ever sat through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy movie to sit through, but there are, and I'm sure most people have seen, maybe even seen like a clip or two from it. But it's very much a cult classic, and this film came out the same year. Like, they both came out in 1934, but it's a little bit I'll just say marijuana. Marijuana is a little different. Marijuana. It's a little bit different. I think it's made by the same guy who made Maniac, which we watched a couple weeks ago. So it's a little different. It's a little intense. So and it's exploitation, so it's their adult parental guidance suggested. Mature audiences only, I would say. But it's gonna be fun. It's
mature audiences and also us.
And us, yeah. We certainly aren't mature. Certainly not.
I'm mature. I don't know about you guys. I'm mature.
You, bro. I'm so mature.
I'm very mature, dude.
Well, yeah. So you can join us this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for that. Should be a lot of fun. Until then, you can go find us over on YouTube at Scream Stream Show. Find us over on all the socials at Scream Stream Show. Find me over on the socials at Spakenstein, Mr. Fresh Rogan at Mr. Fresh Rogan. Anything before we sign off tonight, Fresh?
Smoke weed every day.
And with that, oh my God, why I'm blanking. All right.
Sweet screams.
Yeah, sweet screams, everybody.
Creep tight into all a good.